So this is a smart guy with an attitude. He also added an alphabet to his name after he graduated. Set up and developed a big business, settled in Delhi, you must have guessed. He used to be a kibitzer like in bridge, and he would pass on expert comments on all the activities. And he probably, in terms of contributing, he taught us how to think totally out of the box. And if I look back, there are many decisions which the organizing committee took, maybe on the second thought, probably bear his clear stamp. So here is Alok Suri with his beautiful wife Vinita.
Hello everybody. I just sat in Delhi and passed marks. Alvin, am I right? And if it hadn't been for Pradeep, nothing would have actually happened. It all credit goes to Pradeep.
Come on, don't say that, don't say that.
It's all his work, his charm, his enthusiasm which led to all this. Please give him a big hand once again.
Okay, the next couple that deserves a mention is Vijay and Amita. She's a successful banker by profession and coincidentally married an IITian, one of our batchmates. Single-handedly, she conceptualized and developed the souvenir kit for this reunion, and she's the only spouse member in the ROC. You may have observed the delicate touch and the artistic mastery she has brought about to the souvenirs. I don't know whether they are here today. I don't think they are. If you are, Vijay and Amita? Not here. So just let's put our hands together for Vijay and Amita.
And the last one is, you probably must guess that's a very dynamic and compact package, which comes with very keen initiative and tremendous enthusiasm. We already heard sometimes earlier. Unfortunately, she is not here. She is the COO of the IIT Bombay Alumni Association. Damayanti, please give her a big hand. She's not here, unfortunately. And before I close my introduction of ROC members, let me thank you guys all for coming in such big numbers. Frankly speaking, when we started this, we thought probably we'll get about 30 to 50 members, and if we can cross 50, we can call this as a fairly good one. And then we said, okay, if it's 60, it's a successful one. And then if you can cross 70, it's a fantastic one. And if you see, the registration number is more than 90 today. So give it a big hand for that. So thank you all for coming here. A lot of people thought that this is a thankless job, and a lot of people even told me, it's going to be a thankless job. Unfortunately, they're thinking it was a very, very pleasant job. Whatever we got was always positive responses, suggestions, contributions, and always appreciation. So I'm always very, very happy that I could forge this kind of relationship within the ROC and obviously with many of you. So I'll never repent. And then during the morning session and just before drink, people are asking, are we going to have a next reunion? And then there were some ideas being mooted whether we'll have a 2020. People thought many of us may not even make it, Forget about the health issue, but we may not even make it. So then there was an idea of cutting down that period to 2015, and then people came out with brilliant ideas as to what we can say. We cannot say 45 years, right? So they said 50 years of joining. So it's like a golden jubilee of joining. So we don't know whether we can do anything like this. It's too early. But what I can say is, जिंदा रहेंगे तो फिर मिलेंगे, मगर आपसे मिलके इस दिल ने महसूस किया है, मगर आपसे मिलके इस दिल ने महसूस किया है कि आपसे मिलते रहे तो पक्का जिंदा रहेंगे. Thank you. Thank you so much. Thank you.
पूरे ताल मिले नदी के जल में, नदी मिले सागर में, सागर मिले कौन से जल में, कोई जाने ना. पूरे ताल मिले नदी के जल में, नदी मिले सागर में, कौन से जल में कोई जाने ना, ओहरे ताल मिले नदी के जल में। सूरज को धरती तरसे, धरती को चंद्रमा, धरती को चंद्रमा। पानी में सीप जैसे प्यासी हर आत्मा, प्यासी हर आत्मा। ओ बितवारे पानी में सीप जैसे प्यासी हर आत्मा। बूंद छुपी इस बादल में कोई जाने ना हो।
David da Cunha, may he rest in peace. He was the world's best ventriloquist whistler. He sat on the front desk and whistled right under the professor's nose. And once, I forget the professor's name, he was determined to catch the whistler in that particular session. And he would say, Vasant, out. Chandu, out. He sent half the class out and the whistling continued because David was sitting right in front of him and whistling. Pardon me? Professor Kandolkar.
About midnight or maybe 1 o'clock, somebody came up with the idea, well, let's go for a walk and maybe we'll find a car to borrow. And if we do, we'll go up to Khandala and have a quick snack, those batata vadas, and we'll come back. So that's how it started. So we were walking toward Y Point and we see this really nice, juicy, inviting car sitting in Professor Patwardhan's garage. So Vilas Karnik decides to keep recce on the outside to make sure none of the scruti, as we used to call it, none of the security guys turn up. And I went with my trusty Godrej key to try and jimmy the lock. And sure enough, I succeeded, and pretty soon I had the car started. Backed up out of the driveway, the other guys piled in with a big whoop. We took off Y Point, and we were well driving on our way toward Pune, I guess. About an hour down the road, car develops a puncture, and you can picture the scene, right? 6 guys, it's the middle of the night, there's not a light to be seen. This was a 2-lane road back then, and we are trying to change the tire on the car. Didn't succeed. Jacked up the car, got the bad tire off, couldn't figure out what to do. We are lighting matches, which is all we had. Anyway, after about an hour, we gave up, and then began a 12-hour odyssey back to campus. We found a truck that gave us a ride, then we took an ST bus, then we took a train, then we finally ended up with Crowley. We took a taxi, got back on campus at 1 o'clock, and that was, and by then the news had spread at the campus. The police had been called, and we were sort of originally of the mind we'd go and apologize to Professor Patwardhan and say, please forgive us. But by this time, the police were involved and we just kept our heads down.
In the first year, we had a Professor Sharma. Some of you, I'm sure, would remember him. On the first day of IIT, during the physics lecture, he walks into the classroom and says, I'm very fortunate that every year we have some students who know everything, and so I do not have to teach. Please do not complain. I'm a government officer. So his style was, somebody came to the board and explained the subject of that day. So one fine day we were to discuss about Einstein's theory of relativity. And we had this brilliant student called Sushil Rungta, who unfortunately had to leave after the 3rd year, who spoke for 15 minutes on this theory. And at the end of it he said, and so it is proved that Einstein was wrong. QED. And do you know what Professor Sharma said? Maybe you are right.
Om Sahana Vavatu सहनौ भुनक्तु सह वीर्यं करवावहै तेजस्विनावधीतमस्तु मा विद्विषावहै ओम शांति शांति शांति. At this occasion, 40 years after we all studied together, I thought that this rucha or verse from the Rigveda was very appropriate. And the meaning of it is we're praying to God, and it's any God. Pick your God. There's a complete choice. It doesn't matter which religion you follow. Say, Om Sahana Vavatu. May God protect us. Sahanau Bhunaktu. May God nourish us. Saha Viryam Karvavahai. Let us do good deeds together. Tejasvina Avaditamastu. Tejasvi now Avadhitam Astu. Let our studies be illuminating for the whole world. Ma Vidvishavahai. Let there not be any bad feelings between us. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Wishing for three kinds of peace. One is internal peace, second is peace between us, and third is peace in the whole world. Thank you.
I'd just like to thank the management of the Leela, who've been extremely cooperative all through organizing this event. In fact, when we found the numbers having increased beyond what we originally estimated, we negotiated, they threw in an extra room without any charge. So a big thank you to the management of the Leela. The second is the travel agency whom we had hired to do the hotel bookings, Leading Edge. Nikesh Tiwari, especially Farzana Tiwari, I don't know whoever has dealt with her, I believe has been exceedingly good. So give them a good hand. They helped me. They walked me all through the negotiations in getting these rates and getting the various inclusions, taxes waived, whatever. Eventually, I think we've organized about 35% off the regular rack rate. So a big thank you to them. And the rest, I think I would like to thank all of you present over here, because without your presence, this would not have been the kind of success that it's turning out to be. Thank you.